Hey guys, we'll start in just a minute or so. AR, why don't you try talking and we'll see if they can hear you.
I was just telling Mark that in vengeance of last week's comments I made about my cat's last episode, my cat broke my water bottle. So if there's any extra popping noises from when I take a drink and I forget to mute my mic, I apologize in advance.
Yeah, the reason I like the noise reduction, I'm sure you two can hear when I go and grab a drink and don't mute stuff. They cannot. I can even see on the headset thing, no audio's going through when I do it. Like, I'm sure you guys heard that just then, but they definitely did not. Dev, why don't you say a few words? Technically not a word, but we'll take it.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
See, see, what we really need to do is we need to find all those clips of Dev from episodes just doing the noises and do like
a festive
jingle
We need
bells,
to have
like a
no,
jingle bell sound.
it needs to be that groaning with caption with all of the intros where it's just I'm very tired and just like auto tune that into something.
Yes, do it.
Yeah, we'll wait till
we can make a Vocaloid out of it.
We'll wait till one of them confirms they can hear all three of us. Oh man, it has been a long week.
Yeah, we had stuff this week.
Yeah, it's funny. They'll go calm on us for months, and rather than like go, okay, it's the end of the year, we're going to do a bonanza at the end of the year, they go, no, we're going to do a bonanza 3 days exactly on the weekend before Christmas.
I was just excited to get a Joshu card.
Like, you bastards, why would you do this on the week when I'm pulling like 11 and 12-hour shifts every fucking day?
Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see here. Dev's been extra tired all week. Every time I've messaged Dev this week, the response back has sounded like Dev wants to throw herself out of a window. In the comical way, not the actual
Fenestration.
way. Yes.
That's as any good retailer wants to over the holidays.
Chat's
Good
Please let us.
thing for
chat
me
is
that
being
Mark's
extra
not in the
chat is
box.
being extra quiet today.
They're shy today. It's a good
Yes.
thing we have questions in
Yeah.
advance.
Yes, you guys confirm you can hear all three of us before we start. Normally someone chimes in before we even get a chance to. I will ask and the answer will be there before they could have heard it.
We can see the
Maybe
numbers.
it's
We know you're
Monday.
in
Yes.
here.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The number is almost no different from our normal Monday. We can tell
This
you're
is
there.
a typical. Yeah, this is a typical room size right now.
That's the funny part.
Which I'm always
Like, why the
impressed
hell are
by
you
when we.
here listening
Actually,
to us when you
I
could be
want to
sleeping?
make. Weirdly, my chat was not set to show everything. Now it is.
My chat sometimes doesn't update, so
Yeah.
I'll just kind of leave it alone, and then it's not doing anything,
Okay.
and then
Okay, they're deciding to be quiet. I can see the audio bars for both sets of audio. We're just going to start.
okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a little chapstick here.
There's Juggernaut.
There's Juggernaut just saying hi.
Juggernaut, since everyone else is being very quiet, confirm you can hear. There we go. Haha.
Yeah, all
There
right.
we go.
Yay.
Okay, you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Duel Podcast. We're here to entertain, inform a bit while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark, a Run with Duel, and produce Digimon on Blu-ray.
I'm AR Pulver, and I have 295,033 impurities.
I am DevQ, and I am the patron saint of sleep deprivation.
Oh, that's a pure gold one, I have to be honest. Dev,
I like that. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a.
it's not good, but that was an amazing intro, Dev.
I thought I had it this week.
Oh, Dev broke
Yep.
you. Like
Yep.
Bane right over the knee. Oh,
Absolutely
man.
wrecked.
How has well we can
I think that answers your next question,
yeah,
Mark.
we can already tell how Dev is. AR, how are you this week?
I'm fine. I had a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
Because I had extra off days to burn. I'm not in retail, so the holidays are actually nice to me.
Yeah. And
I'm
then
going
we
to
have
murder you in
Ghost
real
Game.
life.
Episode 56, Impurity. We start off with Hero, Gamamon, and Espimon, like Dev, are all tired, and they go to clean up before bed.
I'm so that was just a fun opening shot of them just tired because it served no purpose.
It served no purpose. It also kind of ignores a recurring plot thing. At this point, are they not even pretending Espimon doesn't care?
Yeah, no, he's just part of the family now. Apparently,
in this episode, he
He's
actually
just like the weird dog.
he doesn't complain like he normally does. He doesn't try to leave. He's actually proactive in going off and helping.
Hero has given up on making caring whether Espimon comes or goes, and Espimon just has decided to stay because it's easier now.
Yes. And Kotaro's decided he's filthy. And it's the weird thing about it.
Well, we know he is.
Okay, yes. That was gonna be my first gag. Was yes, he is. But second, if you think you're filthy, he was like lazily splashing water on his face. It's like if you think you can scrub a lot better.
It would not have been the first time he's taken his clothes off in inappropriate places.
And then Gamamon and Espimon notice this. And
then Gamamon's just like, something's wrong.
And then
but it's in the most casual way possible.
And then did the shots get weird for a moment? Like someone shoved Kotaro under the water, right?
Yeah, like they're trying to drown his ass.
Well, no, but like the framing was weird because
wouldn't want to drown Kotaro.
Because like when they show up, you'd expect Kotaro to try shoving someone else, so the framing was weird. And then Kotaro just like leaves, but like with no awareness of it. And hey, it's Hero's turn. And then it's the next day, and Gamamon's very happy with his chocolate parfait. And Ruli stops to point out the art looks exactly the same, but with a different color palette, which everyone liked a lot. I saw way too many. The color palette was interesting. I don't know if it fit the show as well as they wanted it to.
It doesn't fit the show, which is why I found it a nice change of pace.
It was definitely a nice change of pace.
It just looked a little different.
It did. It was not the compliments I saw being paid to it, like it's theatrical quality animation. No, it's fucking not.
No.
That's one of those times I will just say if you said that, you're wrong.
No,
Absolutely not.
it's a little better, and I think that there was a little more. I think the characters were a little more expressive at times in this episode,
they were.
There's a
particularly
bit more fluidity.
They were
they were getting tortured.
they were slightly more expressive with the torture. AR is correct. The more fluidity was minimal and only in a few places, though.
Yeah, but it was still it's a
Yes.
nice a little bit of a positive touch. I wouldn't go overboard with the praise like some people have, but
Yeah.
it was all right. I was
Yes.
happy with it.
And then I'm not gonna pretend I remember her fucking friends' names. Like at one point, there was a point where I tried to remember them because it seemed like they were gonna be important, and now we're 50 episodes later.
Look,
Aoi was the
I keep
one.
forgetting nonstop, and I keep having to like go into when I update whatever the episode is on Wikimon. It's like, shit, what the fuck are our friends' names are?
Yeah,
I
I have
basically
to find it.
it's Aoi had to drag Mika in.
see in my
Which I mean I make a note of these things just because I try to keep track of them. It's also confusing because like Aoi, I always imagine being the one with the darker hair because Aoi blue and stuff, but it's backwards.
Yeah, you were just saying the names. I'm like, okay, that's the blue hair one, and no, it's not. So she splashes water on the table and starts.
I also went back and checked which one got hit by the truck because that's important to me.
It
Mika
was
got hit by the truck. Mika got hit by the truck.
It's blue hair because the brunette one was the one who was gonna get hurt skateboarding.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even remember the blue hair girl in the episode last week, to be honest. Like I know she's there, but like I don't. Yeah. And then
together.
she starts.
But tell me I'm wrong. That Aoi should be the one with blue hair.
Like that. That's the entire name gag.
Us,
that's the anime name gag. They have an obligation to do that. I
have seen many anime where the character Aoi has blue hair.
In fact, I believe Iori Aoshi does that.
Nadesco does that too.
Yeah, a lot of shows go with that. Ruli chases after them, and Hiro's like, Kotaro was doing the same thing. And again, no one like stops to go, huh? And then Kiyashiro calls Hiro, asks him for help. Did they do the weird purple wavy city anywhere else in the episode?
I don't remember.
Like they had Kiyashiro hiding. We saw like weird purple waves and shit happening all around. And I don't think that's in the episode anywhere else.
I think that was mostly because for the later part when they have the waviness, it's while it's in like one of those little digital pockets.
Yeah, maybe.
Fair enough. We get to hear a voice talking about cleansing. The call disconnects, and Hiro and the Digimon go to save Kiyoshiro. More people trying to clean his. Some of these people really fucking weird cleaners. Like I get that's the point. It's supposed to, like white and clean. We saw the one guy. Was he dumping paint on his car? I think.
I believe he was. Yes.
Yeah.
Because white is the purest color.
I'm in Wisconsin. Our car's dirty all winter, so we're happy for the snow, so it doesn't show up like that.
And then, God bless, Gambamon and Espimon stop to go, huh, things seem a bit weird. And then they pass Kiyoshiro, and he drops and, like, freaks out about gum. He starts slamming. He was
going to lift it off the ground.
Yeah, right?
I will say, I think, like, a lot of the paint stuff, it was overboard, but fine. I think him, like, desperately trying to just like hit the gum off with his phone actually worked rather well. Like
this is the stuff we show up to Ghost Game
because it helps
these weird snippets of
and it helps because we know the character. Like that's not in the sense of that's not something he would do, and he doesn't even like think about it as being a thing. It's just get it off.
Yeah.
And then Ession's like, huh, it's not just his appearance. Something is wrong. That's where it was
definitely.
Yeah, that's where it's like that's fucking stupid. SB like yeah. Then another of her friends starts to freak out. They tried dumping water on her. They do the weird creepy walk. Hiro pushing Kiyoshiro forward was kind of weird. Everyone at the dorm cleaning. Kiyoshiro being proud was the best part of this. of this moment. Like he's like, I'm proud of it as a dorm leader, and then Jellymon pops up and she's upset, and then everyone turns. Impure, impure. Ruli and Goramon run away.
I'm clean.
Yes, and Goramon's like, we should just go to a digital space, and then it swaps to Hero doing it, which is weird.
Yeah, like they both do it at the same time. This is plot me going, what happens if they both activate different?
Because that's the thing.
They activate they're each different ones. Like, are they in the same world? Are
they
both
appeared
in
to be
different
in
spaces?
they appeared to be in different.
Yeah,
but that's weird because like we've seen the distance is pretty big. Like,
yeah, I wanted more implications of that.
Yeah. And
like
then
some horrifying mismatch.
Like, it doesn't really make sense for this episode, but that's just one of the things that's like, oh, I have questions now.
Yes. And then in the digital space, we get to see everyone's been replaced by wooden dolls.
Like, this isn't creepy at all.
Yeah, that's okay. Everything's fine.
They hear shrine prayers. We get, I don't know what to call that fucking bubble with the mystical circles. There's actually a name for that thing. I don't know what it's called, though.
Yeah.
Mandala?
I think
I don't
mandala
think
sounds right, but I think that's a different thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Tsukuyamon, Kuzuhamon.
Yeah. Then they
combo.
they get swallowed by the Jawbreaker. And Goramon spit back out, and notably, he spit back out into the real world. I wasn't quite clear if the digital space actually deactivated at this moment, or if that's just like what happened.
I wonder if it deactivated because it had
that's what I thought reading
like,
what I
really
wrote later. But it
was gone, so
spit. Then we get like
spit out, the space isn't there.
Then we get like the people walking around like zombies. Hero and the others try to escape. Tries to call Ruli.
That escalated quickly.
Now,
by the way.
Yeah. Then her phone did ring in the space, if I remember correctly, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but I think she couldn't get to it because her hands were.
And then
she's occupied.
And then we get to see Kuzuhamon comments about removing impurities. I like that they start off with her in the Miko mode. It's a good way to use it.
That was nice use of Miko mode.
Yes, great use of that.
I was surprised to see that and was very delighted.
I thought it's one of the better. If there's no compliment I can pay to Ghost Game throughout, it's one of the best uses of mode changes I've seen. Because normally we only really get to see those if it's like a big action evolution thing, and this worked really well in a different way.
Kind of goes along with what I said a while ago about how it feels like these episodes now are being written like they decide on a Digimon they want to feature and write around that.
Yes. Yeah. We get comments about the filth of the world. Really denies being impure. I love how she starts listing off like the nonsense of nonsense, rather like Ruli's actually
pettiest stuff.
No, but like we've actually seen Ruli do shit in the show, and everything listed is all shit like she was 15 minutes late, she fell asleep early, and we actually get a number 107,231.
I'm shocked that she had fewer than Hero.
Yeah, that's the weird one. Although there's actually a good explanation for that, I think, is Hero does a lot of random shit that most people would not ever, whatever.
But does have a lock picking kit.
Yes. Like, here's the thing. He picked the lock to help someone. But that is picking a lock if you're going to be petty.
He does outdoor things and goes camping, so
yeah. Well, it's all
horrifying things he can do there.
It all falls under everyone goes to the bad place.
Yeah, and then we get the digitalizations on Ruli, and that was actually a good bit of animation showing it. I think.
Oh, it was so
especially
like my favorite bit of animation.
Especially like the pulling it out like gum, and what's left is like the wavy paper doll.
That was the level of expression that I was really impressed with.
And then the remnant back is the wooden doll, and then Kuzuhamon tosses her into a hole. This is actually where I think like. So here's the thing. It's a very minimal part of the episode considering like the guide data focused on it, like the cleaning thing. They've already been purified. Why are they worried about it? The dolls are already pure. They don't need to be clean.
I think it's
they need to keep clean.
Yeah,
I guess,
clean, maybe.
But I guess.
And like once as soon as you get to Earth, you're tarnished again.
And then
which is again back to the car thing.
And then we get to see Espimon and Jellymon return, just like everyone's acting like a fucking moron. And then
Yeah,
Angoramon shows
everyone's
up, and Gamamon's like, "Oh, it's the fake Ruli." And then Kuzuhamon's like, "Hero's the only person left in the city." Waka
that's
waka.
convenient.
Yeah, it's nice that she stops to tell us this.
Yeah, that was.
And then, uh, this is one bit of writing that was actually good. Kuzuhamon pointing out she actually has not replaced anyone. These are like visual remnants, basically. It's
Yeah.
technically them. Yeah, but
Yeah, well,
they'll finish
their
it off by
souls are basically
they'll
hers.
they'll burn it away, finish it off to make it permanent. She grabs Hero. Gamamon does that very bland warp to Kenowaismon and whacks her. Freeze Hero. We got a flash of his old Digivice sigil, I believe. I didn't pause to check, but I'm 99% sure it was there.
Pretty sure it was, yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
And Kuzuhamon, very unhappy being interfered with. Then she shrinks into the normal Kuzuhamon form to battle. We already said it, but I think this was a great use of the different modes.
Mm-hmm.
Especially how in episode I don't even know that they fully comment on it being a mode change. Just like battle. And then Kenowaismon battles her. She does the talisman stuff, and she's rambling the whole fucking time. Not saying anything important, but like
just your usual.
He's very OCD.
And God,
the city.
And how nice and convenient that the dolls are like, passing the torch stuff along rather than just doing stuff. And Espimon and Jellymon rush in to try and stop them. The battle continue. She just basically slaps him down a bunch. I love how they stop to do like Grand Nova. Nothing happens.
Mm-hmm. It actually feels
your fancy attack means nothing.
Yeah. It actually feels like a level disadvantage, which doesn't usually happen.
Yeah. And then she grabs Hero. He has 183,655 impurities.
I wish she would get to the petty crap with him too.
Yeah, because the petty stuff for him would be like, here's the thing. He told Gamamon he'd give him extra chocolate and didn't. Although saying that, I've just realized we've already done the petty nonsense shit with May Crackmon a few episodes ago.
Yeah. But I'm just happy that he had impurities. I was bracing for that somehow he was clean. Like that would have been real that would have been real garbage.
Here's the thing.
Half expecting that too.
It never occurred to me because he does too much random shit even when we see him to say there's none.
He does, but that's the kind of crap that you'd pull on a main character.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Is. Oh no, it's complete garbage.
Yes.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I was expecting them to do the
here's the thing. I'm not super happy with the writing in Ghost Game. It honestly didn't occur to me because I don't think even they can do that poor in the situation with that character.
Oh, you don't have enough faith in them.
No, you think I have too much faith in them is the problem. Because I have faith that they weren't going to go that low.
I can't put anything past them
at this point.
And then we get a little freak out from the Digivice VV. Kenomon's just standing there watching and saying, oh, they're not impure. Impurities aren't necessarily wrong. I learned a lot after meeting Hero and all my friends, and I have to give this speech for legal reasons. Blah, 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 friends. And we get flashbacks that don't matter.
Yeah,
it's the obligatory setup to a new evolution flashbacks. And I think those are mandated at this point.
Yes, and then more VV freaking out. The new insert song starts, and Hero and Kenowaismon both comment with their answer. We get the new evolution sequence, which has Hero riding Kenowaismon, and then he jumps off, and then we see him watching Kenowaismon turn into Sirius.
That's going to be if they keep using that sequence, that's a really badass sequence for the most part. While Hero is captive, I'm not sure it works in the context.
See, here's the thing. I don't think it's a particularly good sequence overall, to be honest. It felt a little.
It's fine for an ultimate sequence.
It felt a little dry, bland after waiting 35 episodes for it or so.
I mean, even like the adult evolutions from 2020 were kind of better than this.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they were, but
these
I mean
were
that's like a different pay grade. The evolution sequences in
yeah.
2020 were just
But
ass to
here's the
go
thing though.
around.
This is the one that should have been like the striking even if the other two weren't gonna be super fancy, this is the one that we should have just been like, "Holy shit, man, that's so fucking cool!" And
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
Just like blow the entire fucking budget on like this 30 seconds of anime.
yeah,
it's like
I can see that. At the same time, Ghost Game is just a little more it's just a little more subdued and chill like that
see.
in the
Here's the thing.
sense of
No,
these
see, here's the thing.
in the sense of these big moments.
Subdued, yes. Chill, no. I don't think they were given the budget to do it. I think that's just
Yeah,
the best they could do.
yeah, maybe, but
Yeah.
it's just Ghost Game is just
Yeah.
not really built like that, and to
Yeah.
rate and to amp it up like that in an episode.
No, but
which
this
honestly,
this is
in-
when you
in the
have to
episode
do it,
story,
though.
It is, but it's like this is an episode which
Yeah.
is honestly the plot is pretty
Yeah.
standard fair Ghost Game.
Yeah.
So it does feel a little weird to amp things up with the animation of the sequence. Like it's all for this evolution. So if you amp it up
Yeah.
too much, it really does feel a little out of place.
So we'll comment on the song more. Again, Ghost Game has the weirdest tradition because they did it with First Rider also. It does not feel like they're playing the right part of the song.
Yeah.
So like it sucks.
I haven't heard the whole song, so
we'll comment more on that later.
It felt a little less.
Yeah. And then it swings the blade weapon into place, stops the spirits, rushes off to it. Here's the weird thing, like the fight wasn't really that dynamic or energy. Like I expect more for the first Ultimate.
No, it was
about 80% of it was both of them standing there and just shooting stuff at each other.
It was the standard beats.
Yeah. The dash move at the end, which here's the thing, I like those type of dash moves. The issue is that's how 2020 ended, and it did that really well, and this was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
it's just a very tropey fight.
Yeah. And then even when he does like the killer move, he doesn't hit her. He hits the staff.
It was again the Ghost Game tradition of one good hit on the bad guy and they give up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kuzuhamon's
like, oh, I guess
I've lost. You must not be impure. Your friendship.
Not even I lost. It's like I'm fallible. I give up.
Their friendship created this power. And then this is where Ghost Game does the shittiest stuff. She's like, could this all have been calculated by the one who sent us? It's like, motherfucker, you haven't done any plot in 30 episodes, and this is what you have?
It's
one line winking that one person's actually behind all this.
More foreshadowing they'll never get to.
Oh, I'm sure they'll get to it. It just won't be very well. I mean,
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like they'll get to it.
No, see, here's the problem.
March.
I know you are. A bunch of people have seen this as like a big thing. And while it's a big thing plot-wise, it's completely uninteresting because nothing has been done.
They are still suckers. It's like, yes, they will get to it in March.
Oh, they'll get to it before March. Because the show's going to end in March, I'm sure. Look, it's going to...
We'll have multiple episodes in March.
Yes. There will be multiple episodes in March, and at most, one episode in April.
They'll start it. They'll do it in early March.
Yes,
and then end it in early April.
And then she calls off and she restores everyone. Hero
and erases their memories just out of convenience.
Wasn't that convenient?
And then Hero does the chin scratch. She said something that sounds like plot. That can't be possible. None of that's happened here.
Something else for me to mull over and not act on.
She restores
Maybe I should send another postcard to Dad.
Yeah. And then
Kuzuhamon worked so well the first two times.
And then Kuzuhamon is like, "We shall meet again," and leaves. Jellymon's like, "It's not." What? Jellymon should not be the person who's like, "It's so nice that she fixed the memories."
They already pulled the Mummymon card and Thetismon cards in like the last two episodes, so they wanted something that wasn't those.
But like, this is what you should have Espimon comment on or something. Jellymon should not be the character who stops like, "It's so nice to be nice."
Or maybe, show it happening.
Yeah. And Gamamon sleeps, and Hero's like, "We should go camping." And then Goramon said something puffish that I didn't pay attention to, to be honest.
Yeah, at that point, once Angoramon shows up with the
Yeah.
basically
Try
tuned out.
something power of friendship. I don't fucking know.
And then
Give it another freaking haiku. I don't care.
And then Hero Study Files is Kuzuhamon. I like that they did deal with both of them, even if the one was just in the box. And the episode is, it's fine, I guess. Like,
it's a normal episode with extra gravy.
Yeah, and
Kuzuhamon looked very pretty,
and
here's
the thing, I legitimately don't like gravy,
which I find very amusing. But like, it's just like it's just a little bit extra for the holidays, as a treat.
It's literally, oh, I know what it is. You look at a bowl of not good vanilla, just generic vanilla, and you're like, that will be fine. And then someone like sprinkles something on, but like not enough to really matter. And it's like, I really do like that, but I could use a nice big sundae. Just
like, give me the chopped Snickers, bitch.
Yeah. And here's the other issue is they kind of like cut off any excitement by already doing shit with the VV and us already being bored with that.
Yeah. Well,
they did it so badly that I didn't want to buy the toy.
They made us lose interest in the VV so fast.
Like
that it didn't matter by this point.
Like Warp should not have been introduced with the VV based on what Warp is in this show. Like that should have just been like, okay, they plug in the DIM, it doesn't upgrade the actual watch. They think it doesn't work, but they get Warp and like, oh, it did do something. And then then flash the symbol to us a few more times. They did that once or twice? Do it a few more, and then have the watch explode into the new one in this episode.
It's just annoying because Warp Evolution is just instantly available in like 4 different seasons.
Yeah. And then we'll see if we get the one line of plot next time.
I doubt it.
See, I don't know. They have to start soon. They're running out of actual time to deal with shit.
I think that next week's it's like the next week's kind of the I guess it's like the Christmas episode. I think that'll be like the last. That might be one more chill episode, and then they might get to something real in the new year. But
true.
I think I'm not expecting anything for next week. Yeah. Also, we have to have eventually we'll have the episodes for the other 2.
Yeah, and then Kuzuhamon was voiced by Mayumi Asano, new for Digimon. This is another one who just has like so many roles that even picking them, I had to like. She's Boogie Pop Phantom in that show.
Ooh,
it's been a long time since I've seen that.
It's been a long time since I've heard that come up.
Hilda in Eureka 7. Karatsu in the Ghost in the Shell Arise stuff in that movie. She was Klaus in Last Exile.
Oh, been a while since I've heard from Last Exile, too.
Yeah, the second one came out, and then everyone went, okay, that's enough.
I didn't even remember that a second one came out.
No one does. And then in Vandred, she was Gascone. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong.
Oh.
In Wolf's Rain, she's Blue.
This is stuff I've actually seen.
And are you ready for the dub over content? It's so fucking good. Are you ready?
It better be, because like you named a bunch of series that a bunch of series I actually watched.
I only listed a few because it was good, but I'll go it backwards. She played the droid in Solo.
Okay.
She's Blackfire in the Japanese dub of Teen Titans.
Okay, I can definitely see that.
And are you ready for the best one? In the Japanese dub of the cartoons for Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World, she's Cutie Pie Koopa.
Did the Japanese version of that actually call her Cutie Pie, or
that's what I saw as the credit. I did not see any footage to be sure of, so I don't know.
I wasn't.
Although
I've always been curious about that, whether they change them back.
So there is an odd history of that sort of thing, and very often they actually will use the English name. Like there's plenty of Transformers stuff that when they've brought over stuff more recently, they actually call him Optimus Prime and not Convoy.
Has Japan ever adopted the name Bowser?
I'm sure it's shown up somewhere. It's sort of like at this point.
I know when you switch on Smash Bros, it just changes the Koopa.
Yeah, I believe somewhere it's listed. It's sort of like officially they call him Eggman everywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
But in stuff, even in Japan, they will list that his family name is Robotnik.
Okay.
Like, I would not be surprised if you looked at the Japanese dub of the live-action movies and they actually
Mm-hmm.
called him Robotnik. I would not be shocked by that.
I don't know how we got on this train of thought because I'm just having
Because
flashbacks
you
to the
mentioned
dub
you
of.
mentioned the
I'm having flashbacks to Mario 3, and that was just the specifically the Koopalings
Yeah.
is one of is a change I've always been curious about because even when I watched the cartoon back then, I'm like, that's not their names.
yeah, and then
Because
next.
I was that nerd who read the
No,
instruction book for
yeah,
Mario
I
3.
did that
Same,
also.
same.
I did it also. And then next time we get episode 57, Ghost Taxi, with the preview showing a Digimon that was not what I would expect to show up in an episode called Ghost Taxi.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
not someone I would expect. And Ghost Taxi brings to mind like driving cars,
Yeah, I'm
not
expecting.
a very familiar glove and mouth.
Can we get a CL return?
See,
She found a new job.
you say that, but they actually.
I would love that.
A better show
Would be
would I don't a
fantastic.
better show would I don't expect Ghost Game to do it, even though it would be great if they did. I don't expect
it would just be fun.
Yes.
Callback.
And Ghost
it just makes it a little better. It's just again extra gravy.
yes. And Ghost Game is not allowed to have fun, so it's not gonna do that.
They have
I would
lots
like
of
look.
they
Let's
have lots
be
of fun, just no story progression.
no. Let's be clear. Nothing would make me happier if partway through this episode, as a ghost taxi's chasing them around with question mark chasing them, we see a portal open up and Seal just flies out of it in a fucking go-kart and rams the damn taxi. Nothing would make me happier than that to happen.
That was her coming out of the void.
Just let it be like some
She's
GTA
been-
ragdolling physics.
She leapt through time. Kagiru's on her trail.
Boo, AR, boo. And then it's only been a bit over a year. We get a soundtrack release in February 22nd, which is coincidentally like a month before we all expect the show to end. They're not numbering it part 1.
Rest in pieces, Ghost Game.
It has
the
28 BGM tracks.
I don't think there's enough music to justify having 2 volumes.
No. Yeah, and they're even like, it has the 28 BGM tracks that Ko Otani. I'm like, wow, did you really get like a great, amazing composer and he only did 28 pieces? That actually explains a lot for why we don't remember the music at all.
Yeah.
They mention what's weird is based on where you go, they actually list the TV size stuff slightly different. The Toei site lists Faction and the first 3 EDs. The Columbia site actually just says TV size EDs. So I'm wondering if they're like hiding if there's going to be one more, so they just only listed the first half. It will also have First Rider and our new song, Makuake, which has a digital release right now. I've listened to it a number of times, and here's my honest thought about it. It is a good song. It is a terrible fucking evolution song. It does not have the energy needed. You know what it would be great for? You know how in every random martial arts show, there's a moment when the person's down and then they have to pump themselves up talking, and you get like the cool kung fu fight.
Training montage.
Yes, that's where this would be great. It does not have the energy for an evolution song. You need loud, bombastic. You need energy, and the song just does not have that.
Oh, I need to listen to that. I love a good montage song.
Oh no, you will 100% hear like okay, this is an anime kung fu song, like where the person pumps themselves up and then starts mowing through enemies one by one, like just the generic mooks who are drawn poorly.
They're just little single cells just shaking back and forth.
Yeah, and the team is the same team that did First Rider. So Masakura sung it. Chair Watanabe returned to do composition and arrangement, and Shoko Omori came back to do lyrics. Masakura, his first Digimon song was First Riders. Chair Watanabe and Shoko Omori have been doing stuff since forever. I mean, Watanabe did the arrangement for Butterfly, Evo with the Will. Omori did the lyrics for Evo and With the Will. So yeah. Masakura did a nice tweet. I disagree with him. He talks about, like how it's the burning song, fiery hot lyrics and everything. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great for Evolution. Then I hear it, I'm like, man, that's not it. I like the song. I don't like it as an
Montage!
Evolution song.
We kind of got spoiled with 2020's Evolution theme.
2020 had like the best run
It
of
did.
it. Yeah. And
They were all just fucking
Oh,
amazing.
they were all bangers.
no, here's the inherent issue. The equivalent song for Makuake is Break the Chain. You weren't gonna win that.
Yeah.
You weren't gonna win that battle at the best of times, but it does not even try to even like.
No, I
Pump it up.
mean, yeah, it's they
I
realize the
wonder if
futility
at
in
some
that.
point someone can just like put Break the Chain over the Ghost Game sequence and see how well that works
Gonna
out
have a
instead.
remix.
They did that already. In the last
The
2 episodes
original
of
one, which I
2020,
still
they
want.
did 2
Oh, yeah, that's
remixes
right.
of Break
Oh,
the
God,
Chain, which
yeah.
I demand a release of. And then we have anniversaries to go over. It's the 17th anniversary of Digimon Next, which feels very strange to say.
Like the third straight episode we've mentioned Digimon Next. Good for it.
Yes. And it's the 5th anniversary of Hackness Memory, and the tradition of Digimon Web is the 5s and 0s get nice art, and we got some great
Yay.
social art here.
Yay. That's cute art.
Yeah. I will say the VIP in this art is Betamon.
Yeah. It's a strong showing from Betamon.
And Gatsumon's just happy to be included. He's the Mike Wazowski in this image. He's barely there. He's just like, I get to be in it, and they don't make a joke about me being dead. Hooray! And
Trying to look at that image again. It's like, oh, okay. I could
and
barely
I,
like
I
at
was
first I could barely see Tentomon in that image.
I
I'm
was
like, oh
so
yeah, there he
focused on
is.
the foreground, I forgot to comment on Hoodymon being there, and the protagonist from Cyber Sleuth is there also. At the top right, they have
What the hell's their name?
it's
Takumi and Ami.
Iba's the female one, right?
Ami is the
I-
female one. Takumi is the
I
male one.
I believe that.
Iba's the family name.
Yes.
So either one of them is last
okay.
name is
Yeah.
Iba.
Yeah.
Or first name.
Does it feel like Hoodymon would have worked a lot better in color?
I need to get a better image of this this one.
I wasn't even paying that much
There you
attention.
go.
Didn't
No,
notice.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Until
No, I
someone
saw
pointed
it.
out.
I retweeted. I'm just like
Yeah.
wasn't expecting a deep dive into the art.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's I think just calling that Iba is the way to go. Like saying Iba because it's not you can't really tell which one it is. It's supposed to be a little vague.
Generic character. And then
Generic Iba.
yes. And then
Protagonist.
while it's not out yet, people have started to get the Digimon Season 1 Blu-ray. So open discussion thread, went over the stuff I will have went over and figure out what exactly I will post next week because I have not figured that fucking one out.
Also, looking at that Sacker's memory image closer, I think the real star of that one is Meitan. That one, the expression on Meitan is strong.
It's so tiny, I forgot to comment on it.
Don't diss Meitan.
Yeah, I'm happy with how the Blu-ray came out. I really need to think about what I will post next week for it.
Fucking buy it.
Exactly. I'm very happy to see people getting it and enjoying it, though. Especially since I've said plenty of times in the past, you are not going to get a good upscale for adventure, and hey, it actually happened. And I'm very happy about that.
I need to grab it at some point, but I will not have time to watch it for who knows how long because I am dying.
And then, because they couldn't let us rest this week, Digimon Con 2023 is happening, and like almost identically timed to last time, I think. Like it's maybe an hour earlier, but it's like roughly the same.
I love the response was like half of the audience was excited and half of them had traumatized flashbacks to last Digimon Con.
To be fair, I
just want to see the suit.
To be fair, it's not like they changed the key art to help. It's the same key art. They just changed the font at the top and added 2023.
Same 3 featured Digimon, like that hasn't changed.
See, technically speaking, at the moment, all 3 of them are actually still relevant.
Yeah, there's no reason to change them up.
In 3 or 4 months, that may be down to 1. So they said some of the stuff we'll get to see, and they'll give more details on February 6th. Information about a Vital Bracelet app collaboration. I'm still not sure if the word was actually collaboration or just like stuff for the app, but whatever. Card battles. Go good. They're doing 2 this time instead of 1.
That was I gotta say that was the part I generally tuned out of, but the parts I did watch
Oh
of that were
no,
actually really
here's the
riveting.
thing. I remember we definitely all tuned out of it. I remember because we went and watched Ghost Game when that was
That's right.
happening.
Yeah, that's right.
So all we can do is hope that they will do that again at the perfect time. They will
At the same time, like yeah, like whenever I did tune into it, I was like, oh crap, this is actually pretty gripping.
And then the game section. God bless people for not understanding the term "new game info." People are like, they're going to announce a new game. Look,
Information.
they
There's
could.
new information on.
And here's the thing.
We're gonna find out where they're at with games.
And here's the thing. If you want to make sure we're not being cynical, go check what the Japanese text says on the Japanese page. They actually just put game info there.
Oh.
Because that's the way you would word it.
Yeah.
Anime.
It'll be updates on wherever they're at with whatever they're working on. Which might be new information because we only have a couple things on what they're working on.
Anime, we get talks from the cast of Ghost Game and Frontier.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, this is basically gonna be.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to a bit of a because they had a really good bit of a deep dive into the 02 stuff last time, so I could stand for some Frontier deep dive. That feels like something we don't get a lot of.
Yeah. They will give us the illustration competition stuff, and they're like, we're gonna have a special musical guest, and then in the V jump, which we got early, it's going to be Wieners and AIM.
Wieners doing their one song.
Yes. And
although they only really did like 1 or 2 songs last time, so that's appropriate, I guess.
And then AIM doing her any number of songs possible, or they will just have her do something of Watakochi's, which they've done before.
They could have her and someone from Wieners doing Endless Tale.
Last piece. Yep, that's
it. And then after the Digimon Con announcement is when they went nuts. So we have the 25th anniversary book, Digimon Device and Dot History, announced for February 23rd. I need to check because I think they corrected that to the 24th right after. I need to double check that. They're basically like, it's going to be. They didn't say much about the actual book, just that there'd be a Memories of Fans section, and they had a whole survey you could fill out. And because I'm too helpful, I actually transcribed all the questions. And see, you even get a small mention of Atmon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like the chat's.
That's the only place. That's the only place it's fucking mentioned.
About Atmon right now, they're saying it's like you can check that if you've watched Atmon.
I'm happy the 5 people who are going to fill it out are going to do it.
I would fill it out, but it's like I don't really play with the LCD toys, so it's like a number of those don't really apply to me.
True, but you've definitely watched Atmon.
I have definitely watched Atmon.
Yeah.
Like, I got this V-Pad, but it would not stop shitting, so then I stopped playing with it.
And
where do you currently gather info about Digimon? Mark show notes.
Yes. And then we get the Comic Manga Award, which God bless fans on Twitter for not checking fucking anything. Literally, the instant this tweet went up, as I'm like translating everything, you have people screaming at them, the Crosswords manga is the best. No, V-Tamer. It's like, motherfucker, stop. There's an auto-translate button right there if you want to do it lazily. They ain't asking what you think.
And the award for best sidekick goes to...
Yeah, they're going to do a thing to find person or persons to do the next Digimon manga.
The answer is Kotone, by the way.
And so the interesting thing here is they're not giving much information now, and despite some people being worried about it, it actually doesn't mean that Dreamers ends, because
No,
you
I
could
don't get where, and I heard that people saying that. Where did you read that?
because they've decided you can only have one. But here's the thing: Dreamers doesn't even run in the magazine you would expect the signature one to run in. It
Right.
runs in
And
the
also,
side
they had
magazine.
2
They
Appmon
have,
ones at
yeah,
the
they
same
had
Yeah,
two
time.
Appmon
yeah,
manga at the same time.
yeah. Like here's the thing: if Psycho Jump was still every other month, I would probably expect Dreamers to be in V Jump. But if they're gonna keep doing like Vital Bracelet shit, you can keep this running. It has nothing to do with Ghost Game.
Mm-hmm.
You can have it
It's
be
just random fun, silly
and
things.
then you can have a manga run for half a year or a year in the main one run by whoever wins. If that's how they do it. It could very well be a web manga. Dreamers could end, Dreamers could not end. And God bless them for only showing the main manga, so we all got to hear people bitching endlessly.
Yep. I already saw that.
Yeah. Although, one, it would have been nice to put in the Atmon stuff. I understand why they didn't, especially since that means you have to have more approvals.
Please say somebody complained about not having the Decode manga in there.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, I'm not.
Like
I
it's not just the Appmon
no,
people. There's some
no.
okay.
There were in fact complaints about the PSP 3DS adaptation manga not appearing.
Okay.
So
I'd say good, but that's like that. No, I don't care. But
more will be announced at Digimon Con, and then bless, we get to see Jellymon. Even though almost nothing new is here because we knew it all, there's only actually one thing that might be new, and the Digimon Web social media appears to confirm that that is not a mistake. That is not Marine Angemon. Marine
hmm.
Angemon has appeared in the Vital Bracelet before, and that's not the sprite. And it does not have the marker signifying it as a Digimon that's appeared on a Dim or a Bem before.
Oh God, does it have a dark form?
Not at the moment, but
That is gonna.
It's Hover Espimon's evolution.
Oh God.
the Digimon Web Twitter, when they posted it after we did, let me see if I can find the text. The ultimate form that you can unlock through adventure. This silhouette is question mark. So it's definitely, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just going to be an updated Marine Angemon sprite, and they didn't put the star by mistake. They're being very clear that they're being very cagey that no, that is on purpose. So we will see what this is. Who knows?
I'm terrified.
Who knows? Maybe the fucking horrible blast modes will return that people are fucking obsessed with, despite having no relevance. Yeah. I said it, and Dev just started fucking laughing. That some people are fucking obsessed with those, and they've never had any relevance at all. They appeared in one. It's basically like less popular X antibody forms. And God bless if it actually is a Marine Angemon blast mode, because it actually did have one.
I would be happy.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it would be neat, but people put way too importance on like these weird little one-off things.
I am here for chaos.
Although oddly, the one that people did not recognize on this was the one that I thought was the most obvious. The one under Mr. Mushroom. That's like really obviously Kinkakumon. People are like, it's a new Digimon. I can see the tip of the sword. And then Jump Festa was this week, and it's over now. We will comment more on it when we have some photos in a section there. Toei announced, they're going to have 4 each of the Vmon and Gamamon. And I like that they crossed the times over so you could get...
a little bit of overlap in case you want both.
Yeah. They're also going to give away those clear files. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those again.
And we'll talk about those more later. And then New Century, we got to see a silhouette of a new Digimon. And so the interesting thing is will you guys pull up this photo?
Let me...
Of all the different Digimon just standing around there like idiots?
Yes. Now, this is important. Or in the sense of people jumping to strange conclusions. So
I
if
would jump to with this roster. I would jump to a lot of
okay,
strange
but like
conclusions.
if you look at Dorumon, do you see Dorumon there?
Yes, I see Dorumon.
Who is behind Dorumon? If you were to just like chart, it's his evolution forms,
Yeah,
correct?
yes.
So and
Yep.
you can see good old Flamon over there, and
Mm-hmm.
who's behind Flamon?
His evolutions.
Yes. Now, if you were to look at this image, if you were to assume this new Digimon is part of some evolution family, what would you pick based on the photo?
Which one's the new
Probably
one?
the Mames.
Back right. It's the face one.
Oh, the face guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if you were
geez.
to guess, no, remember we don't know anything about this guy, but based on the way this image works, he's either standalone or you might guess he's part of the Mamemon family.
He
Yeah,
kind of looks like he has a face on his
Yes.
torso, so
That
I'm
that
yeah,
thinking
that is not
it's
the
the
answer. That is
Mame.
not the answer social media came up with.
uh-huh.
Social media's answer was he's an evolution of Leon Pumon.
The one that's on the opposite fucking side
Yes.
and looks absolutely fucking nothing like it.
Yes. Now here's the thing. It could
I
be.
mean, why not?
It does not. It does not seem to fit the theme of the
Mm.
image, though. Frankly.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean it can't be, but there's nothing in this image that to me goes these two guys are connected. Minus that they're both new. And then we have what is it? Was it Raidenmon? I always forget his name.
Oh, I
There's
stopped paying attention to these
there's like 3 or
new
4 of
ones.
them. The yellow. No,
There's
not
like
the new one. No.
Fujinmon.
It was Fujinmon. That one. I just like that he's there. And then it's time for next order. We got a trailer, which God bless people for discovering shit for the first time. They're like, you can control
That's what
2
it's
Digimon
there.
in this game?
That's what it's there for.
I know, but like,
That is what it's there for.
yes, but you
It
know
is
what I mean.
intended to draw new eyeballs.
Yes.
Let
And then we got to see pre-order bonuses, which are about what you'd expect. Items to help you be Omega Mod and Imperial Digimon Paladin mode. Physical copies look like they're going to be limited in the US to the Bandai store and Amazon. You also
That's
get.
annoying.
I'm impressed they're having physical copies at all, honestly.
I figured they would. I wasn't sure what they would do with them. And then, God bless them.
One more system to get it the pre-owned store in
and
a
then
year.
a pre-order beanie. And the
I could probably use that. That's the most enticing thing out of everything.
Reactions to this were universally one of 2 ways: a beanie like Mamio, and then people complaining that does not look like Mamio's.
Well, it's got the next order thingy on it.
Yes, this is a marketing pre-order bonus. It is not like them designing an actual beanie. This is a generic beanie that the label is slapped on.
And you'll be able to find a way to like invert it if you really want to try to cosplay Mamio.
Yeah. And then I will say I will agree with the complainers at one thing. $60 is way too fucking much for.
Oh yeah, I'm totally absolutely.
I mean, here's the thing. Like this is a real chance to like here's the thing. My opinion on next order probably is not going to change. Quality of life could change it. I don't know, but like $60 is not setting up the game up for success to show that like maybe some quality of life would improve it and make it more popular and make it work. I don't know. It's actually possible it could, because the handful of changes fix a lot of problems.
If you passed on next order the first time, it's not enough to make you pay $60 and find out. Now that said, because it's on Steam and Switch, because it's on Steam in particular, I will get this when it's on sale.
Yes,
and I have not I've passed it up before when it was on PS4, but it's put it on my computer.
No,
yeah, absolutely. I'll give that a try when it's $20.
And that's the thing is we 100% are going to keep shitting on next order because it deserves it. But the quality of life changes actually could heavily change how the game plays. And that actually can change a lot, because certain things that made the game unplayable is a bit overly mean. Yeah, but yes, things that made the game
miserable.
Yeah, that's better. Things that made the game miserable because it took so long to do shit or to do it, move around. Fixing that it's not going to make it an A game. Could be a C plus though, or a B minus.
Also, I should really try playing a world game one of these days.
I really don't
I
want to.
actually enjoy world games, and I'm very sad that we didn't get like an actual port of Redigitize, because it's fun to play.
And
Yeah, if I end up liking Next Order, I might give Redigitize a try.
And in more important news, Terriermon Joshu got the greatest card of all.
He did.
Absolutely.
Him falling off a ladder and whacking
amazing.
himself with a book. Beautiful.
I was just happy he got on the Hakase. He snuck onto the Hakase card, and then he gets his own card.
I know. And
It's
then
so
He got his
good.
2 of his own card.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Digital Translator. That is an update of a card from the original card game, and this is 2 of the characters who were on it. Shine Greymon Ruin Mode. I like the evil, like, bend over mech thing. Like, I think that works well in the card.
It's appropriate for Ruin,
yeah. It's also one where, like, they make him a bit too close, but it makes it feel evil and uncomfortable rather than bad. So
also,
it works
like,
really well.
blacking out the eyes, it just has, like,
yeah, you can just slightly make out the eyes, just very slightly. So they're then we get parallel cards. Falcomon, love the anime art.
I like the Falcomon one here.
And the Monimon with him.
The Monimon's a nice touch, yeah.
Ravemon, the art's perfectly fine. I just don't really care. In the sense of like, whatever. Chaos Dukemon's great art.
Background's interesting, but now, it's ninja thing.
There was art of Dukemon and someone else in an earlier set that like very similar to this. I just don't remember who. But it was an earlier set. Then Medieval Dukemon gets a nice one. It feels like this is based on his profile art. It's not the same pose or anything, but it feels like it.
Stylistically, it's the
same.
And
then
it sells the idea of Medieval Dukemon really well, though.
Yeah. Better than most of his art, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, is this a Fate Stay Night character?
And
yes, it is.
Then some of the best anime plus art we've gotten in the card game, which is saying a lot. Victory Greymon landing after doing a massive sword slash. I just fucking love it. And then
I want their mad skills.
And then Zedgarumon just makes you go, sad.
It's just the canon is so awkward.
Here's the issue. You know what this feels like? It feels like someone looked at an image from Zoid or Voltron. Zoids, Voltron, or any other.
I'm getting big Zoids vibes.
But Zedgarumon is not bulky enough to pull off that look.
It's not Liger Zero.
Yes. And then the best parallel card, Terriermon Joshu.
Do you know how my favorite from the whole set? Do you know how many fucking shit-eating grin?
The number of people who do not play the card game who want this specific card might be the highest I've seen in a year.
I count me as one of them.
Yes,
I have plenty of cards, but this is the one I like. I'm like, oh my god, I want this.
Yes, this is an amazing looking card. I just love how smug he looks in the center, and then like, it's just amazing.
He's awfully smug compared to how razzled he is in the original.
Or even in some of the art, frankly.
in the art, he's just like doing professors.
He's gonna fall asleep in the one.
Well, yeah, because he's listening to Agumon.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure at the bottom right one you can argue he's about to get stabbed.
I mean, that's
and then
that's the line of work you're in.
And then we get Gold Vidramon.
The things you do for science.
Here's the issue with the Gold Vidramon. It's perfectly good anime plus style art, but the normal card was so dynamic and fun.
Yeah.
That this one's like, I'm standing here and there's a Vmon.
There's a Vmon there for reference.
Yeah. And then we get Grey Knightsmon, which the weird thing is, stylistically, it feels very similar to the first one to me. I like it. It just feels like another card, if that makes sense.
I would not be able to tell you this was like a parallel card or not.
And then Gaomon gets a parallel card, and we know this is a parallel card because it's Asmaria, and Asmaria didn't do the original one.
Very spiky.
Yep.
Yes. Blitzgreymon. That is a dynamic, crazy-ass card. I have to be honest. That's just great.
Yeah.
Kuzuhamon's done in the same one. The pose feels a bit awkward though. Like he's about to swing his sword, but like the
Yeah.
angle, it feels like this would be better more straight on.
Feels
feel
like an
like there's
Escher
a-
Girls
I feel like
submission.
it's a pose that would be better suited for a different Digimon.
Quite possibly. I'm just trying to think who. Possibly Victory Greymon swinging his sword.
Yeah, really.
Black Seraphimon gets a good one with the other two darks behind him.
Yeah.
Black Saint Galgamon. They look. I've said it 100 times, and I stand by it that Saint Galgamon's 100% based on design-wise and style-wise Giant Robo. They're really doing it for this one. Kuzuhamon, great art there. I don't have much to say. I like seeing the lower evolutions around the image.
They are fluffy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alter. I think Alter S's image has an issue. It feels like the coloring makes it hard until your eyes focus to realize it's S and not B. Because it's not bright enough. Like you get like the purple, and there's so much like particle effects around him. It takes a minute for your
no, I
eyes
see
to
what you mean
focus
now.
and realize. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then B, he's not really doing anything. He's like, I like the art, but he's like floating.
Floating there.
Yeah. It feels like the S image would have been better for him. And then Shine Greymon, Ruinmon, they love doing the mech shit. I saw this and I just went, wow, this brings to mind Shining Finger and Hell and Heaven. Well-known mech like this is literally like the mech finishing move where the mech gets like an energy hand and just like dashes forward and then it ends with it in an action pose. Like this is Gao Geiger G Gundam for 100% for sure.
Absolutely G Gundam.
Yeah. And then we have all the clean images from Booster Set EX04. No real surprises, but we'll see what else pops up soon. And then we got the championship cards for US championship events. I like the little Doraemon family theme this time.
I
like the
really
idea of
want
the
that
family.
Doraemon card.
Yeah, because they did that.
Yeah.
Last year was Agumon, I believe.
Mm.
And they finished with the Bonds one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Fun Digica showed off a match for EX04, which is the first time we've seen that, I believe. And Card Battle is jumping into a Christmas event. The 3 versus 3 Christmas battle. The teams are the Digica Sisters and Santa Iwai's army.
What
So
what kind of cards are they using here for a Christmas themed battle?
You know, I was thinking that, and I chose not to like dig into it too much. But in the first match, we are getting a green deck and a red-yellow deck.
Eh.
Red yellow. What?
Red, as in
No,
it
red.
does.
Red makes sense, but
Yes. Well,
the yellow, I'm confused by.
oh, yellow
Silver
isn't
and
relevant.
gold.
It's not a red deck, so I didn't want to say red.
Stick
It's
with the
more
red
focused
deck.
on the yellow. Oh, they
Stay
should have.
red. Stay
Yeah.
red, cowards.
So the costumes, as you'd expect, the girls are in Santa outfits. One of
Of
them in a literal Santa outfit with a beard and everything. Not
Oh,
like
Lord.
not like
not those kinds of Santa outfits.
no, like two of them are, but not like crazy ones. But one is literally in a full Santa outfit with a beard. And then in the Santa Y army, a Y Santa.
I was like, is she wearing a mask under that beard?
Yes. We get Santa, we get Rudolph. I don't know what the third one is, to be frank.
It's Paul. Oh, is it
Yeah.
Sodi?
I don't know.
I'm tired to.
That's
figure
what
it out.
that's what the.
I should note he's the one they always stick in the Digimon costumes. So I think they just gave him a stupid costume on it. I'm sure there's some relevance to Christmas in Japan, but none of us know it.
Yeah, the kind of says
I know
Sodi.
about it's just kind of like a dating kind of holiday.
And I will say the best part, when they were doing the finish up, the three of them were still in the outfits, sitting at the desk trying to be professional. And then We continue the news deluge. Where Grumon figure, we get the first look at it. It's scheduled for next year. This looks fucking gorgeous. And there's one flaw with how nice it looks. I don't know what they're going to charge for this.
My
350,
guess is around
400?
like 350 at least.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, and they will get it. It looks fucking amazing.
I know so much of the furry community that would just shell out for that.
Yeah, I have Twitter notifications.
I think this is going to get some new fans in the furry community.
And then,
like, see, there's the furry community is going to take another look at
yeah,
Digimon after this.
and also from when they're showing off Jump Festa, we get the look-up figures of Gabumon and Patamon, both of which
I want them
so
so
both of them are
badly.
gorgeous, but there's an interesting oddity, and I'm not the only person who noticed it. They've
Sadly, I
completely
don't own them.
redone this line. Like, you can see the Agumon Tailmon behind. They're static figures now. Before they were like SD with big heads, and you could pose the heads. Now they're static
Yeah, you can
figurines.
flip back and forth.
Yeah. Now they're 100%
yeah.
static.
I mean, Gabumon doesn't have a neck, so neither of them have necks, so it does make it.
That's never
difficult.
stopped them before.
It's a little more difficult with Patamon, especially.
True.
You could probably pull it off with Gabumon if you really
True.
tried to. Patamon, you're kind of out of options.
This feels more like it. This feels more like a purposeful change rather than a character thing, though. You know what I mean? And then,
Because it would look bad if there was like a major seam right there to kind of tilt them.
I mean, if you look at the Agumon or Tailmon one, they're not really that concerned with it.
When I think of a Patamon figure, posable is not the first thing that comes to mind.
True, but then last week they announced, hey, during Hobby Next Phase, they're gonna show off a new thing, and we all go, okay, it's a model kit, and they showed it an hour ago, and it's Shine Greymon amplified, and it looks fucking amazing.
Surprise!
My brain screamed, oh my god, this is so fucking cool.
I would say this is one of the best amplified figures for one key reason. It's amplified, but it still 100% looks like the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
One issue with the amplified one, and I think devs pointed out more than anyone else, a few of them are like fancy redesigns, but don't necessarily like fit the original character. Like, was it Mugenjamon when you first pointed that out, Dev? I'm trying to think which one it was. Mugenjamon was one. I don't know if it's the first one you did, but it's one where you definitely did, where like you liked it, but like it kind of doesn't look like Mugenjamon because they've redesigned it so heavily. And this is definitely.
I don't think it was that one. I think it was one of the other ones.
Oh, okay. So Shine Greymon, each wing is posable separately. The Geo Gray sword can split into separate swords for dual wielding and can attach to his hips.
Oh, nice.
I really want this kit. This is very fun.
Large range of motion was a high priority, so the joints are actually those recent pull joints they started using on a few things. So you can pull it out. So like they show him doing like the overhead slam move.
Ooh.
And the feet actually has multiple articulation just on the foot for posing. So like you can have him be on the toes and have his heel not touching the ground and have it be stable. And this
has me very excited.
Yeah, and the tail. Oh no, that's great for posing.
Poses.
And the tail, they use the flexible wire so you can pose it however you want. June 2023. 5,500 yen. So at current exchange rates, that's about $42.
That's actually cheaper than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's all the Digimon kits have actually been really well priced. This one's very impressive looking, like cartoonishly so. Minus the multiple people. Diego, I did get your email. He's like, is them skipping Frontier against me personally?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Each arm of the franchise can only do so much at once. Adventure has to carry the whole franchise. Tamers can do so much. Frontier's actually gotten a lot this year.
Frontier's been good. They've been good to Frontier this
And
year.
here's the other truth with Frontier. There's only so many characters you can actually do an amplified kit of and have it not feel weird. Off the top of my head, I would say 4. You could have
3 Digimon, basically.
Magna Garurumon, Kaiser Greymon, Suzanomon. I think you could get away with I can't remember
if you can't remember it, I don't think they can get away with it.
Koji's cleansed spirit of human. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Koichi, you mean?
Yes, I mix up the.
Is that?
Loamon? Yeah, Loamon's kind of boring as shit, though.
No. Yeah, you can't.
Like, you could do like a really kind of super spiky.
If you couldn't think of the name of it off your head, they can't get away with marketing it on its own.
One sec, I want to make sure I'm doing the right one. One sec. Yeah, I think you can get away with it with Loemon or Kaiser Leomon.
Kaiser, maybe.
Actually no, they can't do Kaiser Leomon, and here's why. It's gonna be a fucking mild remold of amplified Metal Garurumon if they do.
Cost savings.
You know that's true. They're not gonna do Kaiser Leomon. They're gonna take Magna Garurumon at Metal Garurumon, change a few things, and paint it brown. Yeah, I'm very happy.
That's the only way they would do it.
Yes, but for new model kits, this is one of the best amplified ones, I think. Shine Greymon, that is, not the theoretical Junkler.
Yeah. your hypothetical imaginary.
And then Digimon Partners is starting their second big partners project this time. It's to do a 20th anniversary premium Digimon Frontier music box. And the first vote is which song should appear out of 5: Fire, Innocent, and Endless Tale, With the Will, or The Last Element.
In a music box.
Yes.
Now I'd have to go with Endless Tale.
You have to go Endless Tale. Absolutely have to go Endless Tale.
Here's the thing. I think Fire ends up winning because...
I think Fire ends up winning too, but Endless Tale is the one to go with. Like, that's going to sound the best in a music box.
Well, remember, it's going to be an actual music box version. It's not going to have a speaker. It's going to be the actual metal dings.
Exactly.
I think Tale would be amazing.
I dare you to look up an acoustic version of Fire and not tell me that would work, though.
That would be badass, but like... When I think music box,
an acoustic version is different than a music box. A music box.
No, I know, but I'm saying that's the closest it would get.
So pretty in a music box.
Yes, it would.
I don't hear that with any of the others working on a music box.
You mean? See, in my head, I'm just like hearing da 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 da.
No,
I'm not saying it would work. I'm saying in my head, I hear it. I'm just going, oh, that's not going to work as a music box.
Not at all.
Yeah, With the Will to.
Yeah, exactly. No, With the Will is the one that would sound worse, to be honest. It just won't work.
Yeah.
Innocent maybe.
Yeah.
And then Endless Tale's the obvious
after
choice.
This vote closes on December 20th, they're going to do a second one, which is going to be what scene image should appear on the back. Because Adventure gets the train car with the kids crying when they do theirs.
The train car with the kids happy in Frontier.
There's only one option for Frontier. Just have it be Bokumon and Neymon.
Oh God!
I was gonna say Koichi at the bottom of the steps.
No, there's some if in the hypothetical one where Endless Tale wins, there's some good shots from the ending you can choose from.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how this looks at the end, to be honest. And then, because we get to talk about Frontier music again, the DigiFest covers of With the Will and Innocent, which were done by Yumi Miyazaki and AIM, will be released on Christmas digitally.
That's fun.
They did new art. They did new
art. This is the proper way to give justice to With the Will and Innocent.
So here's what's neat. The image on the stream, I'm going to switch to the second one because not everyone has noticed yet. There's an interesting touch with the artwork, and I'm switching that over so people can see because it's actually rather cool. Waiting for the stream to update. There we go. They actually connect vertically.
Oh yeah. Oh.
We don't often see that.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I really like that. It's neat. Although I will say they all suffer from slightly too much shading and detail. The characters.
I don't mind that.
I don't, but like when you're looking at it big and high res, and you're like, that's some weird shading on like Takuya's overshirt.
It suggests a little bit of uniqueness that isn't necessarily obvious with those poses.
You are
Like,
correct.
those
You
look
know,
like
you're
pretty
correct.
standard poses for these characters, but the shading gives it a little bit of
Oh
extra
no,
gloss
no!
to
I
it.
just realized there's a problem with the cover for Innocent. It looks like a Christian rock album cover. They're just all looking in weird random ways. One guy has the hand behind the head.
The shading has
Tomo-
nothing to do with the light source.
Tomoki has his hand up. This is a Christian rock album.
It's I want to see a Christian rock album where the band is stuck on the moon.
I have to.
Oh,
look
I'm
into
sure
that.
I'm sure that cover fucking exists. I'm sure it does. And then, God bless him, it's time for poll 67. This time it's what Digimon out of 20 well-liked ones do you want to appear on the Digimon Con commemorative shirt drawn by Kenji Watanabe? And you look at the choices here, and
they're all solid.
They
they're all
are.
solid.
They
You
are.
know that there's some favorites.
There is at least one thing here. Because they put in all three, you can actually get a vote split for the three most obvious ones.
Also,
Agumon, War Greymon, Omegamon.
Also, they've been on T-shirts before, so like.
I mean,
I voted for. I would buy a shirt with Gammamon.
I was gonna say, I think only one of these have never shown up on a shirt before.
I mean, are we counting like compilations?
I'm counting T-shirts. Period. I can only think one of these, and it's possible that one has also, and that's Paimon.
I still want a Gammamon
Personally,
shirt.
I would vote for that one, but also
Paimon ain't winning is the problem.
Paimon's not winning.
Yeah, Zero Maru might stand a chance.
No.
Maybe.
Okay, if you were to ask me, I'm gonna say my top 5 choices that I think could win: Agumon, War Greymon, Omegamon, Terriermon, Vmon.
Yeah.
I feel like Mugendramon has a really high chance.
He does, but the problem is I don't think he does with everyone. Remember, those are the 5 that I think have the best chance of winning, not the ones I would pick for a shirt myself.
Yeah, like those are like the last ones I would pick for a shirt.
Yeah,
I would.
It's like I would 100% love to see like new Paladin mode art by Kenji Watanabe on a shirt, or like, or what would he do with Magnamon on a shirt? That'd be neat. Or even Lilymon, but Magnamon maybe has a chance. He's not in my top 5 guessing for chances though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see the shirt because there's good choices here. I don't feel like I'm going to be surprised for my top 5 choices.
No, I don't either. I voted for Gammamon, but I don't have my hopes up.
I think Vmon or Terriermon can win, or someone else can win if you end up with the 3 votes splitting. And if those split, then you could get an Alphamon or Duke. See, actually, there's an issue with Dukemon. I feel like Dukemon splits with Beelzebubmon Blast Mode.
Possibly.
So I don't
know. I wouldn't be excited about a Dukemon shirt.
See, I'd like to see what Kenji Watanabe would do with the wings, though, is the thing. Like, he could make a neat dynamic shirt. I'm not saying that's my choice.
He can make a neat dynamic shirt out of any of them, though.
The best one.
Shaman's not like top 3 or something.
See, here's the thing. They should do top 3 and have them all be on the same shirt, because the logo has 3 on it.
That would be funny if it was 3 that absolutely do not belong together.
Oh no, it's going to be a shirt featuring Agumon, War Greymon, and Omegamon.
Yeah, that's possible, but I just want to have 3 and just have absolute chaos, like Gammamon, Lilymon, and Alphamon, and see what they do with that on shirts.
I think what you would do is you'd have it be a bust shot of Alphamon. Gammamon would be standing on him, smiling. Lilymon would be flying around to the side.
Makes no sense.
That's as close as it's going to get, though. And then, new journal covered Susanumon, Geogreymon, and Jellymon.
Speaking of weird combinations of 3.
Yeah. I like that Kuzuhamon got featured.
Oh yeah, it is very
And
cool.
I will
Like
say,
this is a nice little thing they're
what
doing.
I didn't really think about is how often for Geogreymon I'm used to just that one piece of art. Because like I look at the second one, I'm like, that looks weird. I look at the third, I'm like, that looks fucking something looks fucking wrong with that one. Where like he's charging up the blast, it just does not look right to me. Because I can't recall if I've ever. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere, but I don't know.
My brain's too fried to remember.
Yeah. And then Jellymon, it feels like for the fucking character in the current fucking cartoon, you could put like her profile art or something.
Yeah. Also, with Geogreymon, did they leave him not mention that he was in next? It feels like a weird omission. Because they've been usually
Maybe they
pretty good about
forgot.
mentioning the manga.
Well, they were, but they spend so much time talking about savers that they should have mentioned it, but I can understand why not.
It didn't even mention him in main appearances.
Yeah, that one's weird.
Like, I would qualify that as a main appearance. The protagonist's Digimon.
I think what happened. See, here's the thing. It should. I think what happens there is they're like, someone will look at chapter 1 and it's just Greymon.
It's an anniversary week, and we have Tsurugi Tatsuno erasure.
um, and then Digimon had a quick appearance in Cream Quiz Miracle 9, which was one of those, every year or so, 2, 3, 4 hour quiz show things they do near the end of the year. Singer Koki Kawasaki correctly answered a question I believe was about the V pets, I think. Digimon Web posted their standard celebration art to celebrate that. The 7-Eleven prints have increased. They've added episode 41 through 45. I really would have thought it would have been like 41 through 50.
They picked some fun shots too, though.
That depends on when they actually
Yeah.
get a hold of it to do these.
No, that's
Yeah.
true. But yeah, some good shots, honestly. Dreamers, we got a preview of chapter 16 from Tenya Ibuno working on it. Really cute shot, the arms and everything. I don't know what Leomon's doing there, but I'm happy enough with it.
He's just being nervous.
Yeah.
He's prancing.
Then we get the photos from Jump Festa. So they had the display for the O2 movie. They had the display for Ghost Game. They had the little statue of Gamamon in front of some of the promotional stuff. Everyone will be really happy to know they have a detail on the O2 thing that was not there before. The little text at the bottom says now in production. And they give literally nothing new or relevant at all.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah. In fact, the video roll was mostly footage from the TV show.
Yeah, I think I noticed that.
Yeah.
Someone posted a clip of that. I'm like, there's nothing from the movie.
Yes.
And they have a trailer-ish.
No, they don't.
Clips, scenes
they
out.
had something they showed for one event.
Scenes. Yeah, they had scenes out.
Yeah. Then we found out why Agumon was not appearing at the Toei booth. He was appearing half a dozen times at the Bandai booth to promote Next Order. And God, it's still really confusing to see called International Edition after this long. Like, I understand the logic, but it's been like half a decade. We also got to see the Vital Bracelet display. I will say I like the piece of art featuring all three of them. Even though it's just the profile art, having the dims on display and everything. Various postcards were also given away. I like when they were closing up, they had the photo of the Agumon there. I was retweeting lots of little clips and images of them getting photos taken and stuff like that because the suits are great.
I also like the Agumon right next to the "Don't take a picture" sign.
Only one man could have taken this photo. Where was director Kakuno this weekend?
Kakuno!
And we all have to wonder, did they shred the Gilmon suit already? But yeah, there's a good number. I'm really happy with how lots of good promotion. They had it in at least 3 different sections, which was nice. Then Natitex put up art they did to celebrate the new episode. They did a lot of Kuzuhamon and Siriusmon art,
It was
and
very
they drew
pretty.
Kuzuhamon, which I'm really good art there.
Yeah.
And then we get triple profile art. We get Siriusmon, which I'll talk about in a minute. We also get Kuzuhamon and Kuzuhamon Miko mode, which is one of the few ones that they never show with the background whited out.
I forgot Kuzuhamon had a Miko mode. I thought it was just Sakuya.
I think everyone forgets she does, but yeah. So back to Siriusmon. When I look at this art, there's some issues. First and foremost, so he has his left arm as a cannon, he's aiming upwards. His right arm's the sword and he's slashing downwards. He doesn't appear to be looking in either direction. And tell me if I'm wrong, does his head look weird?
It does.
I
Like
don't pay attention to profile art, so
something like does not fit here for me, and I'm not. I don't know. I think it's the collar thing. It's just very weird. And then we
Also,
have
it looks like his eyebrow is his eye,
yeah.
so that just kind of.
And then we have questions.
Weird
So
looking.
throw them up in the chat. Diego sent one ahead of time. He wants to know, did anyone else think for a full 3 or so seconds that Kenna Weissman and Hero were going to fuse into Siriusmon during the sequence, or was it just him? I did not think.
I did think it just for a
I did not
moment,
think that
but
for 3 seconds. I thought it for a quick flash that it was odd he was there.
I didn't think it was, but I don't think you're alone in thinking that
No.
it was a possibility. I'm sure someone else had that thought too. I wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
it initially wasn't an idea, but then it's like, wait, why is Hero in the evolution sequence?
That's
And then
not
she's like, oh, he's
that's
just
not
there.
that uncommon
Yeah.
for the kids to show up in the sequences, though.
And then, while we wait for questions in the chat, one of the questions we got was, what do we think is the best type of donut?
We've had this question before.
For donuts?
Yes, we
Yeah.
have. We have absolutely gotten this before. Answer's the same.
Did
Blueberry
did someone send in a donut a second? I saw this and I'm like, oh, it's a good one. I think we did it for something. We actually did it for donuts.
Yes, we
done
did.
it for donuts. Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
And I remember talking about Shipley's, but that being far away and in another state.
Yeah. Okay, so we did do donuts before.
Yeah.
Taking into account positives and negatives, what kind of game genre do you think would work best for Ghost Game?
Oh, you guys go first because I had a good answer for this one.
Adventure game. Like point and click adventure type stuff.
That's not my answer.
That was mine.
Tabletop RPG.
I didn't think of any non-video game stuff, but you're right. It didn't say video
You just
game.
said game. Just said game genre. I think this would be a fantastic tabletop RPG. You have a really good bestiary. You can just a lot of single camp, like a good one, a lot of good one shots.
No,
and
you're
if you want to, the GM can just say, okay, I can roll into something long term if they want to, but it's completely optional. Just have a lot of great one shots.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think about non-video games when it came up. Yeah,
I just thought like mystery fun times, like
yeah,
point and click adventure.
Yeah, exactly. I thought of something like a Sam and Max. Or
yeah,
whatever.
but I mean, I guess if you, I'm just trying to think of something a little more episodic than that. Like adventure games generally are.
Are you trying to
have
tell
an arching plot here? Sort of.
Someone didn't play the later Sam and Max games, which were literally episodic games.
Oh, did they have episodic? Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, they brought back Sam and Max
Okay.
for 3 different series of episodic games.
Okay.
Yeah. Then True Cosmic wants to know, what do we think the evolutions for Digimon look like if they did try to do something Nintendo Sega style? I think those styles are so ill-defined at this point. They're so wide that
Yeah, what does that mean
like
now?
yeah, I don't know, like, what does Sega mean at this point? What does it, like, I mean, the thing, like, most people would go, okay, Mario, but Metroid doesn't look like Mario, and Sega's
there's so many different styles right now.
yeah, I think you need to go with like
There's so many diverse styles for Nintendo and few diverse styles for Sega.
I think for that question you have to dial down to, like, do you mean Sonic? Do you mean Mario?
With Sega, it's basically, I just assume it's Sonic.
It
Like, I
could
know
be
they have other games,
it
but...
could be like a dragon.
Vector Man.
Oh God, no one's thought of Vector Man in years. Are we doing anything for the holidays next week? Any traditions or anything you just do around that time?
Sleeping.
I've got a pretty standard. We're not going to Minnesota. We're doing Minnesota for New Year's this year, which is going to be with my family over Christmas.
Do you have to pick
Which
anyone
is
up at the airport?
not this time. They're not for this holiday. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Go to families on Christmas, even though I'm Jewish. Do that, then come home.
I'll
We
probably stop by my brother's on Christmas Eve to throw presents at the small children, and
I was
then go
gonna
home to
say
that
you were
time.
gonna joke and say kids, but you actually did it before I could do it. No, I'm
It's like,
looking
here's Play-Doh. Please make a massive mess.
I'm looking forward to seeing Glass Onion. I know we've talked about it a few times, but I'm really looking forward to
Oh
that
yeah, I gotta make some time for that.
because that's 2
I
days
want to see
before Christmas,
Violent
I
Night
believe.
so badly.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see it. I just don't know.
What
My
movie?
partner saw it, and apparently it's absolutely the exact bullshit that I want to see.
Except here's the issue:
Wait, which movie?
Violent Night. That's one with David Harbour as like Santa gets
Oh
kidnapped and
yeah,
has to
no,
kill
that's
people.
not. I'm kind of over the let's take public domain stories and make them horror films.
Yeah. Well, here's the other issue. It will just make me think of the Hellboy movie he was in that I avoided. Which he's now like saying that was the biggest mistake of his career. He called Ryan Reynolds going, "Will I survive?" Yeah. But yeah,
I don't remember if I saw that one or not.
I don't think anyone saw that movie. Um but yeah, mostly relax is the priority for all of us, I think. See what nonsense they'll announce in the last week of the year. Because they'll do something stupid. Like, this is the point when we should have been, like, news-free, mostly. And we've just had, like, the biggest week of news in, like, half a year.
Specifically to spite me when I want to sleep the most.
Okay. What type of food Digimon do we think would be good to see in an evolution line?
I
Any
I think
short
they
line would
should.
be fun, but
Yeah, I think they should. It's the trouble. I think they're talking about having like new Digimon, but I think it would be
Oh!
fun to take the Chicken Nugget Digimon and tie him into the Kakatorimon line. Eventually leaning to Sandiramon.
That,
Just have
I
this. Let's have this Chicken Nugget, regular size chicken, big chicken.
okay, I can't top that, but yeah.
rotisserie chicken.
Last chance
Rotisserie
last
chicken.
chance
Yeah.
for questions in the chat. There were some earlier that I think got. Let me see if any of those. Didn't miss. I thought I missed some earlier. And the last one that was sent in ahead of time. When Ghost Game is over and they do premium Bandai stuff for it someday, what products would you expect to see? I don't know why I like this question so much. The first time I read it, I was like, oh, that's a good one.
Was it?
When Ghost Game's over and they start to do like premium Bandai stuff for it someday, what would we
It will
expect to
be.
see?
It's going to be the next form Siriusmon gets. Whatever the mode change is going to be in the very end.
Oh, see, that's
I
not.
mean, I would kind of want a model kit of
Okay,
Jellymon's Ultimate.
so Juggernaut already figured out what I was gonna say. Juggernaut said plush. I was thinking it was gonna be a life-size Jellymon plush, but the everything stuffed into the head form,
Ooh,
Oh
yes, the
god, that'd be so
reversible ones.
fun.
where it's just the jelly form. It'd be like a life-size Jellymon of that. Oh
They used
no,
to have
no!
the poppets. They used to have the invertible poppets plushes where you could actually
Juggernaut
turn
topped
them
it.
turn them inside out and it'd be the everything stuffed in one and then pop it out to have the full
Okay,
Jellymon.
Juggernaut came up
Yeah.
with one. Are you ready? 3 words: Jellymon plush hat.
Yes.
That would actually work really well. Just have like the top of Jellymon's head.
I mean, if they didn't already do that with Kuramon, I don't see it happening.
I don't know. I feel like
I-
you could get away with that with Jellymon.
You could, but man, you could also get away with that with Kuramon.
It probably
That'd be
would have
great.
worked better for Jellymon if they did it half a year ago. The show was like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that appears to be it for questions. AR, where can people find you? Have you done anything recently? And much like the policies of Twitter, you're not allowed to say any websites.
I was gonna make that. I am on Tumblr. Hey, Tumblr's not banned from
Although
Twitter
no,
yet,
it appears Schmuck has already like reversed that or something. I saw I saw that apparently he's already backing off that when he realized, oh, this is actually going to implode the site.
That is hilarious. I saw that too.
I assume he was trying to purposely implode the site as some sort
And
of
now he's doing one of his weirdo polls about if he should step down as CEO.
I cannot wait to see how that pays off.
See, here's the problem. When fuck ups do stuff like that, it's not that he's just going to step down as CEO. It's he's going to put some stupid jackass who does whatever he wants there.
Well, I know that's what I mean. It's like it's going to be something completely stupid, but I want to see how it pays off. Like I'm not expecting it to be a.
It is the first time that the Gul Dukat tweet ever did something serious.
It's not going to be as straightforward as it appears to be, but I do still want to see what it is because it's going to be completely awful. I'm on Tumblr at First Agent, which you can still link to on Twitter, as I discovered.
Oh no, Gul Dukat deleted that tweet and put up a comical one. It's a guy who tweets basically whatever crazy politicians or billionaires say, but rewrites it as a well-known Star Trek villain. He actually did a tweet earlier saying everyone needs to go vote for this and replaced it with like a link to the tweet, but like with the actual rewritten comedy. He at first didn't. He actually wrote everyone needs to go do this. And he replaced it with an actual comic one. But literally almost every tweet he does. Attention, but like this one is attention Bajoran workers. A yes vote is required, otherwise we'll be forced to flood ore processing with kerosene gas. That is all. Linking to Musk's tweet.
Everyone likes to compare that guy to compare Elon Musk to Lex Luthor, and I'm like, no, the better comparison.
Lex Luthor is
together.
Here's the issue. Lex Luthor is very smart.
Let me finish here. The better comparison is Beaks from the DuckTales reboot. Like that's the guy.
I didn't hear the name you said. I know who you're gonna say, but yeah, again.
He's totally Mark Beaks. If you have not watched the DuckTales reboot,
I'm pretty sure Beaks was meant to be Musk parody.
I think he was meant to be Zuckerberg, but I think Musk has taken that form even more. Ended up.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, AR, you can actually do your stuff now. We got distracted.
I already did. I'm on Tumblr at First Agent.
Okay. Dev, what Wikimon article do you like people to read?
Jurimon Christmas Tree.
Good choice. Good choice.
Wait, did they actually put that as an actual Wikimon article?
It has been for like a year, and we made fun of it last year.
Oh my god, I completely forgot this happened. Okay, good. We did make fun of it last year then.
Absolutely.
It's so stupid, I actually forgot it existed. Jeez. And I can be found with the will as always. We will catch you guys next time.
Is this a normal Monday show then?
Should be normal Monday.
Okay.
And then the week after is when you guys will be forced to talk about whatever you watched from the mystery boxes.
I'm going to be out of town that weekend, so that might be a good takeoff weekend because I won't have time to watch anything.
We'll see what comes up news-wise.
Please, nothing. I'm so tired.
Yeah,
I'm so tired.
Possibly we will take that one off, and then we'll have to deal with the lack of New Year's news the next time, and then also the mystery boxes. We'll see what pops up, if anything. Thank you everyone for showing up on the slightly different day. We will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.